Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Wefer. I'm with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. And when I got Brad's email, after going all Ed Grimley about it, I started thinking about it. This kind of is emblematic, the talk is emblematic of how we went through the campaign. It's hard, it's something different, it's worth doing. What's our problem? 60% of Illinois used to be prairie, 22 million acres. Around 2,500 acres is left. It's a big problem. You can see with the map of the grasshopper sparrow, it's even bigger than us. All the grassland birds used to have grass to live in, they don't anymore. Where do we start? Wildlife Action Plan is a good start. Once again, it's big. A lot of states use their action plan. They were narrowly focused. They look just at non-game species and just a way to get state wildlife grants out of the federal government. We went bigger. We made a plan for the whole state. 3 years ago, I inherited a seat on the Farmland and Prairie campaign's implementation team. I remember the Hall of Justice from the 70s. Everybody on the team has a different set of skills, a different set of resources, a different amount of time to spend, but they all contributed. We carved out a piece of the plan to work on. The parts that we started with, the ecological pattern grassland conservation areas. Establish 1 million acres of new grass. Restore and manage high-quality examples of all prairie communities within the state. What's our approach? Adaptive management. This is not a straight line. We are constantly asking ourselves, are we doing the right thing? We do this by monitoring. We do this by just measuring our success. Some of our focus areas worked, some of our focus areas didn't work. We went back, we tried again. What's with the focus areas? You'll see in the plan, the Fitzgerald et al. Listed a dozen times. What's it mean? Big chunks of habitat out in the wide open spaces with little chunks of habitat supporting it. I look at it kind of like an island, kind of based on the ideas behind restoring the prairie chicken. What have we done that worked? We bought these because the plan directed us to buy it. And Illinois Audubon has purchased the Loy tract down in Marion County. We're getting some of these big cores. Now it's a challenge to start building the supporting habitat around them. Focus areas. If you notice where our focus areas, most of them aren't anywhere close to a conservation opportunity area. Most people that were working in the state when the plan was written, watershed-based, places where there's trees. We're out where there's no trees. We have two focus COAs, Pyramid and Prairie Ridge. We use the SAFE program. In addition to buying stuff, incentives. It just happened the federal government had a Farm Bill program, and we helped with it. We helped direct where those focus areas are. We promoted it. We worked with landowners on the ground. We got 10,000 acres. In the face of trying to get 1 million, that's little, but considering that there was over $8 corn and land prices were skyrocketing at the time, that's huge. Pheasants Forever was out delivering incentive money. Farm Bill biologists were out on the ground. DNR folks, Illinois Audubon, a lot of folks were out. We also, part of the deal, we had Mike Ward's group from the University of Illinois monitor our success in these safe areas. And as you can imagine, we establish grass, we get grass and wildlife. Slide I didn't put up there, we are also monitoring winter raptors and small mammals. They responded. And something as me as a state guy, I've seen it. We changed the name of what we're doing without changing our actions. We're changing our actions. This is just, and for me, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're using Pittman-Robertson dollars to implement the plan. When we review Pheasant Fund, Habitat Fund dollars, or grants, we use the action plan. We changed how we counted. We walked away from a 40-year data set to make our monitoring more meaningful, where we're counting birds instead of calls. That was, in the pheasant world, that's huge. Most of them they count in the summertime. We're testing our will. We're identifying important state sites, because government has an infrastructure, as you guys have heard all day today. This is like turning a battleship to change how we do business, and our state sites have traditional users, they have a traditional approach. We're looking at a couple of important state sites and changing things. What do we do next? This was a first start at things. We just got a skeleton built. Where do we go from here? Vern mentioned yesterday, how do we reach other groups? What do we do? Well, as mentioned, the plan's being updated. A lot of the answers are found in the plan, but it's like going through the Bible. It's buried everywhere. One of the big things I fully believe we need to do is make the plan more accessible. Where if you're concerned about grassland, you can find the grassland section. We've been focused on focus areas. We have limited resources, but I think there's universal actions that everybody can do to help meet the plans for the Farmland and Prairie campaign. We need to put them in a place where people can find them. One of the thoughts that Aaron brought up was maybe we can grow our own focus areas. There was 22 million acres that's not prairie anymore. If somebody starts a local chapter, they get 100 acres on the ground, 200 acres on the ground, it's in the right place, it's a focus area. We can help build. And then the other one that we really need to deal with that's hard, we don't want to talk about it, is shrublands. Making shrublands is fairly easy. You plant a prairie, you walk away. The problem is keeping it as a shrubland. It's going to turn into a young forest. And you see that in the Shawnee, you see it all over, especially in the southern part of the state. And there's a clade of species that really need shrublands. How do we do that? Well, thank you very much.